Beautiful ignited souls, thank you for joining me. I am Crime Queen, your partner in crime. This is where we delve in numerology and spirituality for full love. Okay, so basically, whatever we do here is for the purpose of developing self love and self esteem, confidence, and whatever it is that we need because we do realize that it begins with us. So, because in fact, if you're new to this channel, welcome. If you and please subscribe because here we are learning and we are growing in a way I was going to say in a way that we haven't done before, but it's not about the way that we haven't done before. We all are needing like new skills and new development. Here, I believe what we are doing is necessary to helping us to navigate in these times. Now, especially for the fact that 2020 had been so pinnacle a year, now I feel that I want to give like some insight. In fact, I did a video and it's a long video and I was on this marathon and I wasn't going to get off the treadmill so to speak. So it's well over an hour. It's an hour, well over, but it's a very important video and I'm hoping that I can at least give you portions of that video, break it down in bits and still leave the long one in case someone wants to watch a movie. Okay, so it's really about one of the things that we could take it from the approach that we live in a world of polarities. And one of the things that we know for sure that we have been experiencing a lot of conflict through this contrast in trying to get them to marry. So one of the main things that happen is the contrast of black and white. I have looked at the various aspects of that topic in this long video that I was talking about because numerology has reflected so much insight. But I want to take it from the approach of the meaning of number 111. So let's just look at that, and that would be just part of it. So let's look at number 1111. What does that mean? I'm just going to go like this. And another thing, I haven't got the sacrifice template with me. Let's see if I can do it very quickly. And so it's JAS BKT LUCDVM. Now, this was just to learn how to do this so I could remember. And it's NEW. This is the exciting bit because new is in the middle. I really wish that I could show you this video that I have done because it contains so much, but then everything happens for a reason. So FOX, Fox, this is Fox City, and I say AI is GPY, GPY, and its headquarter zone, HE headquarter zone, and the inland revenue. Okay, so this is what I call jazz, bucket, luck, development, new folks, gypsy journey, headquarter zone, inland revenue. Okay, so we've got that there. We know that this is 369 because when we add all the columns together, this is what we get. 369, 369. Okay, and we also know that the numbers 1, 2, 3, let's just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. These are the numbers on numerology. So I know this is a little bit stingy here, but it wasn't. This is how it's turned out. Um, and then this gives us 6. So we would have like 6 and 9. So we have 666. If you see the other videos, you will understand. Adding these together gives us 9, but when we add these together gives us 6. So 6 and 9 gives us 6. So we can see that we end up with this 666, which is the mark of the beast. All right. So we have something to work with. So 111, what I was looking at, and I'm going to try and make this short. Maybe I'll have to come back to it, but I just felt I haven't posted for a while, and I want to let you know that I'm thinking of you. So we have black and we have white, WITE, and I'm not going to go into the ramifications about the construct itself and so on, although it would help, but I just want to show you something. So we have 2, 3, 1, 3, 2. So one of the things we notice, we have balance. There is balance on either side of black. And then we have 5, 8, 9, 2, 5. So on the ends here, we have got 5. 5 is reflecting this new column, NEW, here. One moment. So it's reflecting, let's write this 6 where it belongs. So 5 is reflecting 5 here of middle number as from 1 to 9. And so this is where we see new. Whenever we are doing or thinking new, of course it's change. That's why it is said that 5 is the number of change. So 5 as well is the anchor. It represents anchor, it represents key, it represents chamber, and a lot of other words which I may put up with this video. So back to 111. What is the true meaning of 111? So before we do this, let's look at this contrast here, because we believe that you could say it's as if they're representing good and evil, or opposites, just opposites, and so on. So how, and we see that we have been struggling of trying to find um, our equilibrium with the two. Now, the video that I have done, I have actually spoken at um, very deep in depth about the subject of black and white, and how I feel that it affects us, and how I feel that we could look at the topic, or how else another alternative to approach it that would be a healthier option. So not going too much into this, I saw that this is like an anchor, like a like an A here. So just to give you, as we have seen, it's an A anyway, but we saw that we had, I may have to touch on some things here. So I felt, okay, let's look at this. So looking at black and white, let's look at it on the sacrifice template. So I'm going to circle the letters for black, B, L. Okay, this is L, A. I join them so they have a relationship. B, L, A, C, K. So K is here. All right. Actually join them so they have a relationship. We could see how they connect. And what I thought I saw is that we have B, um, we have in the middle of, this is it, in the middle of the word black, we this is where I feel that this holds a lot of subliminal messages that get us thinking lack, or thinking less of ourselves. So many people who come under this, or not even those who come or other people perceive them. The word itself is like be, it's like a be, like two words, but it's like a command. It's almost like a command that says you should be like that, be black. But we don't see W height or something like this, which doesn't make sense. But this carries um a lot of meaning, maybe that which is not healthy. And so this is why I saw that although there is balance, but in short, to I saw that black is like the real concentrated energy, form of energy that has not taken rise, that has not really been vibrated or escalated or whatever it is. And so this is the state, it's a state of being. So looking at the middle word in hair, although we know LACK, but we still know that LAC is still lack. So I saw this, and so adding this together gives us 7. If we were to add 3 plus 1 plus 3 is 7. And so let's just have 7 here. And we see that this is balance on either sides. You may have watched one of my videos, which is on the same subject, but I'm just wanting to address the 111. And then we have in the middle here, we have the word heat. So for heat, let's just do hair, HIT. So to be very clear about this is that I see that people who are saying, okay, I'm white or whatever, or writing the word is like, also there is that height, if you like, or there's the word heat. So basically, we are writing, each time we are writing something, we are, whatever we are writing is the energy that we sip out. So the energy is taking on a certain shape. And that's what happens here. Now, nothing is intrinsically wrong with these, but how we perceive them and how they affect us, or basically how do they correspond with the outcome that we want, and so on. So if you don't really want lack, but you continue writing black in the sense of saying, talking about prosperity, what are the physical things that we kind of like, you get what I mean, or the lavish lifestyle or whatever it is. Now, I'm not saying that black cannot attain this. I'm talking about a state of mentality that a lot of people have warmed in. Now, if you watch my videos, you will see the depth of how the language itself has implicate our mentality. Or I would say, while language has been a tool that helps us to express ourselves, it also has the key to repress ourselves. And that's what I found. Okay, so we can see, for instance, on the ends of the white has the number 5, which the word key, for instance, key, Key, equals equals 5. When we speak of Christ equals 5. We speak of pyramid equals 5. We speak of life is 5. Lock is 5. Key is 5. So the depth of this, I mean, I did a long video and I haven't even covered all the aspects of what the implication is in these two words. So all the 5, for instance, it is said, when you are in Christ, you are a new creature. So basically, Christ equals 5. That means that the person who's writing or anchoring on this energy, they are instantly connected with Christ. And so this is why we could say Christ is white, as well. So you could see the connection here. Now, these are all things that when we go on, we don't often take the time to understand how the language and how the roles we have taken on, whether collectively, individually, how they implicate the outcome of that which we want. So we want to see ourselves in a certain way. When we understand the language, then we can get our mentality to shift in the direction that we want. So this energy here, for instance, when I write a form out and I say, oh, yes, I am black. So I am always like saying, but black has lack and it sounds like be lack. And it's like an affirmation that I really don't want to connect with. So I've got to kind of twerk my mind in a certain way of thinking to say, okay, and give myself another affirmation on that that can counterbalance this affirmation of be black or be lack. So this is what I wanted to show. Now, the main thing, because I want to keep this video at a reasonable length. When I say reasonable, because it's all about context as well. So both words actually equals yeah, I was saying because I want to do this, I will try and not dwell too much on this, but I want you to already see, for instance, on the sacrifice template, we know that 2 is where the incubator, I call it. So 2 is here. So this is why it's important that I show you this. Oh, I am hoping that I haven't got, it looks like I have lost, okay, the cover because I don't want this drying up. Okay, so basically, let's get a pointer. So we see black hair, but let's do white so you can actually get the flavor of what I am saying. And so we know that white would be W. I spoke a lot on white, so W, H, I, W, H, I, T. There's T here, E. And we have E right here. So, which says WE, like we. So, meaning already W has acknowledged, which I have expanded on the other video, what W actually means. It actually means your W, two. It means to her. So, we are in the new right there. So, this is showing and that the white is always moving to the right, and this is why when you hear the term it white is right, this is not like a joke, it's really in the language, it's really that way. We were taught to write, and when we are writing, we are directing the energy. This is what I mean. We are writing is actually directing the flow of energy, and so this is what is happening. So you can only direct the energy in the direction you are moving. And so the white can go here. This is it. So white can move from W, and it goes, well, I try not to mess this much, but it doesn't matter. WH, one moment. So it's H, and it's I, and then we have T. So basically it can go from this extreme end to T right here, right here. And then so we have WHIT and back to E. This is it here. So there is a flow of energy going back and forth right here, going to the far left, far right, coming back to the far left and going to the middle again. So this, there is movement, there is flow of energy. However, when we compare the flow of energy here with black, here this is what we see is that for it, and before we do this as well, we have done this. I wanted to also show how heat, HIT. So we have HIT comes here. So basically, like going back to the word HIT right here, HIT in the middle. So we could see how HI, which already says high, which already denotes you are on a high, and whether in a physical sense or not. And so high can come into this T. This is where I've always seen as the incubator where Jesus Christ had the Last Supper. Okay, so I just want to go through this quickly. Now, in the middle of black, we had black, which is LAC, that LAC. So we could see that actually forms a triangle, LAC. The distance between each letter is identical right here. So this triangle here, so we have, I can't tell you what shape this is here, but we see that we have a right angle here. So just let's put it this way. So this is where we could say here is the in the middle of the lac, we found the K, which is like an arc, and putting it this way, which is K, this way, but it forms like a table. And so this is again confirming that this is the position where Christ had the supper with his disciples. So there is more to this. If you are thinking that I'm just putting this or saying this, but there's lots of information that I've put out there to show this. So this is where we see this triangle is like confirming the angle, the right angle in the middle of black. So as you can see, it is showing very much pointing right here in these, among these three letters. Okay, and it is going like back and forth. So it would be kind of like very strange to draw a diagram for it here. Now, so let's just count the tally, the total here. So this is 11, which we know, and for white is 29. This is 10, 20, 29. That's correct. So 29 is also 11. So we can see that both white and black is actually 11, the first master number. So, in essence, we can say that they both are masters. Now, 11 actually coincides with the word Jesus, Jesus. Jesus came as 11. He came with, this is the master number that he bears in when they called him Jesus. So 11, the word 11 actually equals 9, ELEVEN in numerology is 29. uh 11 is 9. I'll just go, it's 27, so it's 9. Yes, because I'm trying not to use up much time. So it's 27, 2 plus 7 is 9. Okay, 10, um 20, yes, 27. Okay. Now, yes, you can see this. So we can see very much that every time there is a new revelation, a new friction, a new something, because every time people are interacting, the energy and vibration is being renewed. So here we can see when you see on your clock, for instance, 11:11 or the date or whatever that happens, you know that it definitely means that this is a new start that is going to require your intuitive, divine intervention to start in something major, because this something major also comes a bit like the year 2020, because this is two and this is also 2. So this is 2020. This is the year 2020, which reminds me of something with the gods, and these the numbers 7 and 3. So another way of seeing the effect of this major meaning of 2020 or 111 is it's very important that we do this. I won't go into the whole thing here, but I want to show you something. So another way, as I was about to say, to see the effects of the 111 is also looking at 1 which equals 16, but 16 is 7. Then you have another 1 which equals 16, and 16 is 7. So we have 1. So you may see 111 or 1111. So 16, and this is 7. The other one is 1 because it's the language that the vibrations we are directing. Okay, 16, and so this is 7. So basically, 111 bears the innate vibration of 7, 7, 7, 7. Now, so 4 sevens are 28. 2 plus 8 is 10. 10 is where you have your new beginning again, because the word perfect actually equals 10. So there is more to it. Or the word heaven, which is another contrast, is 10, and hell is also 10. The word spirit is 10, or mirror is 10. So you can see all of those things are saying that there is a new and major beginning. So when you see 777, like this would mean that this number one has reverberated to the extent where you are in this sacredness, a realization of sacredness. Hey, this one's here, it's new beginning, but it requires hard work. It's going to call on you to take firm action, because it is a rod like the rod of Moses that is going to require you strike it to turn into the serpent. The serpent is wise, it moves, it's supple, it jumps, it stings, it bites, whatever it does. But, and I don't mean this only in this context. So there is more to this, because the 7 7 is also a reflection of the gods. So I'll have to show you this. So when we speak of the 14 gods, for instance, the 14 gods of Genesis, verbatim gods, we see here that we have 1 1. So basically, like I have done here, is saying that 1 1 is 14, and this is the verbatim gods reflecting here as black, and having, these are the gods that are playing out right here. So we have found the 14 gods in Genesis, and black is here where the energy is like it's solid, it's that mass, it hasn't really worked It hasn't been vibrated. And this is why the construct of design is as such that the heating is happening here, and it's heating in the heat and lack. So it's like to have some action or reaction or whatever is happening here. But I have spoken extensively on this subject, which I won't do much here right now because I want to keep this reasonable. um, doesn't mean the other one's not reasonable, but it's going to call for a lot of time and stop and so on. So I do appreciate that. So basically, here, for instance, you would have 1 1, which is also 2, and to show how 2 as in numerical value, TWO, comes to 13. This is the 13 of Jesus Christ and his disciples, which we won't go too much into, but it's in the incubator area. This is where he makes the agreement with them. And it is a tight agreement because he says, he breaks the bread and he says, eat of this is my flesh. So they are safe here. And so, but to move from this area is really a tough one, because this angle as well is like this right angle encompasses the number 6 as well as 3. So and you could see that it takes the 369 emblem here, or 123, which is also 6, and adding this together would give us 6, which is 9, and plus 6 is 15. 1 plus 5 is 6. So um, there are people or hair or function that is just woman hair. But what we see that for headquarters zone and those who have found a pathway or can align themselves or see themselves as white, or whether the function, they are able to move into headquarters zone HQZ or the inland revenue, have their revenues dip back into where the ground is fertile, because it's like diamonds in the ground, or the minerals right here. That was a meal, like the minerals, the Last Supper. So this is happening here, and they can continue like this. And this is what I see as the explanation for how we have been locked in language. But it's the mentality that we are needing to change. So this is why it is said, when you're in Christ, because Christ done the agreement with his disciples in this area, and he dies. So in this area, of course, he dies, but he's risen, and in this area, because Christ, the word Christ, Christ, actually is 32, and 3 plus 2 is 5. So this is why in Christianity Christ is the key. And he says, you, when you were in Christ or the scriptures, you are new. So here, NEW. And so you could see the 5 is here. You could also see it above the I as the word sacrifice, which means that it's like a third eye is open here. The other emblem of all of this is adding the number 5 with the numerical value of the word new, which is 6, and 5 and 6 is 11. So this coincides with the American congressman. In 56 of the American congressmen signed the papers for American independence. So you can see nothing that we are doing is not just by chance. There is a lot. So 5 plus 6 is 11, and we see 11 still coincides with Jesus. So adding Jesus, of course, this is where we see the sacredness of 7, adding Christ, which is 32, and Jesus, which is 11, together, which is 2, this gives us 7. So, to show how the contrast is played out, that means Jesus Christ was always Jesus, but he had Jesus Christ, just like Neo in the Matrix. He is also seven. The word Neo is seven. So he had to go through the death of fighting, rebirth, and all of those things to recognize himself. And this is what the tough one we have. Many people have to recognize in themselves. And no matter what you did, when you see this 111, we get excited about it, but it means you need to pull your muscles up about it too. So, there was another thing I was just going to add quickly on this, that we see. So with 111, yes. So another thing that happens as well. If we look at 11, we have seen 11 gives us 9. 9 and 9 is 18. If we did this 11 here and 11, so which is 9, the whole 9, and 9 and 9 18, so this would still be 9, which coincides with numbers 1 to 9. So another thing, when you see 111 as well, because it's we have seen the sevens, how they play out, but also the word 7 equals 2. So we could see that. Let's So 7, just to go, because it's the gift of language that we have, and we are honoring that. So basically, you would see 777, but 77 is doing this SEVEN, and this is to understand the energies again, how to work with them. So 7 is 1 5 4 5 5. This means it's 20. So this means that 20 in word form is 8, but we would have 4111, sorry, here. That means 2468, and this would mean, because we are looking at black and white, we have taken the 11 here and 11 here. That's why we have this here. So you would have 777, in essence, is very sacred, because it would give you the 8, number 8, meaning 2468. And that is saying that you are setting a new template. So I more or less covered two aspects of number one. So, but it is really like showing how number one is fully whole, how 111 comes to its complete state. It's like telling you that there is a template you are beginning, and that's what you are beginning, a new journey, a new template, a new era, and basically it's like a new stage altogether. This is what is happening. And it's important we pay attention to that when we see these numbers. So my definition of 1111 is that you are better ready, get ready to pull up your muscles, because you're going through a major change. And this is happening for all of us now, living the 2020, which is 2-2, because then we are going to be moving into 2021, which is a 5 year, which is where the key actually comes. So this is why there is going to be a lot of struggle for holding on to these fives at the end right here, and the hitting is happening. We have seen this played out in 2020. The hitting with George Floyd had happened very strong, and so more and more we could see the hitting is happening. And so basically this is the game of life, that we have been locked in the language, and I feel it is now time that we get our mentality around finding the essence, because According to the, maybe I'll do another part on this, not maybe, I feel I will. This is not just this is not just it. There is so much more to it. So I had looked at, also gone like a scientist going within. So we're not only looking at the ends, we are looking at the free, how they are behaving. We are looking at two hair, we are looking at eight hair. So these are the things we are looking. We are looking at AI. This is AI, artificial intelligence, which is working right here as well in the core. So people, I won't say much more on this because I this is already 40 minutes, but there is much more. So please look out for the other videos. Thank you. Like and subscribe and share and stay ignited. Wow. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So close. It's like the camera is just inches away.